IShowSpeed seems to have a problem. He can't go more than like a month without some kind of controversy. And this one was a doozy. Like, it got everybody involved. Like, it has like IShowSpeed, Cenat, Destiny, Hassan, XQC, A Year Rage, BruceDropEmOff. Like, everybody got involved. And he got really lucky that Destiny came out and said something pretty stupid, and for some reason, all the hate just went to Destiny instead, and pretty much everyone forgot what IShowSpeed said. And now Destiny's just tanking all the hate and heat from him. But if you don't know what he said...
Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa?
No, Chinese.
Konnichiwa? Argentina?
Chinese. No konnichiwa.
So, like, that's where it seems like a lot of people stopped the clip. Because they're saying, like, oh, he could have actually just thought that Asian guy was Japanese, so that's not bad. So, okay, that's still racist. But, like, sure, it's not that big of a deal, right? Like, a little bit of casual racism, who cares? And a lot of people seem to have ignored this part for some reason. Like, could you be any more stereotypical in your racism? Like, everyone knows you can't just go up to an Asian person and start going ching chong ding dong. Like, everyone knows that's just like straight up racist. And before we get into what everybody else says, he did come out the next day and apologize for what he said. He pretty much said that, like, oh, I actually thought he was Japanese, so saying konnichiwa wasn't that big of a deal, which kind of is, but whatever. Just ignoring that. He then said about the last part, the whole like ching chong ding dong part.
I tried to say a nickname that they call me in Chinese. I literally was just talking to a Chinese person earlier today at 433. And they said they love me, and I love Chinese people. So I try to say Zhong Kong, like Chong Kong. Like, it's a nickname that they call me in China. I promise you, you know. And
yeah, so let's hear what he says he was trying to say.
Zhong Kong, like Chong Kong. Like, it's a nickname.
Yeah, he's trying to say that. That's his nickname. That was definitely what he tried to say. The thing that annoys me the most about this is, like, he doesn't need to lie. Like, he's big enough that he doesn't have to worry about getting canceled. Like, he can say anything. He could be like, yeah, I was being racist. I thought it'd be funny. And just move on. And he'd get a backlash for a couple of days and nothing would happen. Especially after everything that happened afterwards. As with any controversial thing or any piece of drama now, every single streamer has to react to it and give their take. And you'd think every streamer would be like, yeah, that's a pretty stupid thing to say, you can't be doing it. But no. Pretty much every streamer came and rushed to his defense. Because we haven't heard these defenses before. Like, oh, he's a kid. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's only 17. How could he know going ching chong ding dong is racist?
I don't know the extent of the whole thing. I don't really give a okay? It could have been anybody, okay? I'm not going too deep into it, okay? I don't have everything to make, to form a complete thought. And I know what it's like to be labeled as a racist, okay? From out of context things, and it's lame. It's lame.
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, it's out of context. Like, there is surely some kind of context that can make ching chong ding dong totally acceptable, right? I'm definitely not just running PR for him. I was actually kind of surprised with this chat because, like, usually the internet is like pretty fine with racism, especially like racism against Asian people, but they like push back. They're like, what are you talking about? This is like blatantly racist, and there's like no context that accepts this. Like, imagine an Asian person went up to a black person and did the same thing. And then XQC said this, like, brain dead take.
Disagree equals ban? Well, I disagree that black people have an accent. I don't think that's a thing. I think you're just, that just sounds like just insensitive. Like, what? The black people accent? What does that even mean? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, guys, like, I'm just so woke now. Like, I have no idea. Like, what can you mean when you say black people accent? Like, when you say black people accent, no accent at all jumps to my mind. It's not like Aquafina just ended up facing a whole bunch of backlash for her quote-unquote black accent, but they must have just been making it up because black people don't have an accent. No one thinks of an accent when they think about black people. Okay, let's give XQC the benefit of the doubt and say, sure, black people don't have the stereotypical, like, gangster accent, right? No, that would never come to anybody's mind when you say a black accent. What would happen if you went up to a black person and started doing like the clicks and just assume that they speak like in clicks like some like people in Africa do. You don't think people would be out there calling you racist for doing that? Like, this is such like a disingenuous argument. Like, I don't want to spend any more time on this. Like, he obviously doesn't want to call a black person racist, or he's doing it because IShowSpeed has more clout than him, so he wants to defend the more clouted person, like a lot of streamers do. Or he just doesn't want to face the backlash of the W community, because they can be pretty ruthless sometimes. But luckily, none of this mattered. Like, after the first, 2 hours of this happening, all the streamers were giving their reactions, and then Destiny had to come out and say some of the stupidest things so everybody could just pile on Destiny. Like, he just couldn't keep his mouth shut this, one time.
Is this the Cenat guy? Oh, this is the Speed guy. Okay. There's, this whole new legion of, black Zoomer streamers, and for as much as they fucking talk about how, all white people did was scream at the fucking camera, I feel like that's all these guys do. I don't know.
Come on, Destiny's better than this. He knows you can't say black people aloud. That's a stereotype, right? So that's obviously racist. So obviously everybody is going to pile on him and saying, oh, we can call this guy racist. It's a lot more safe. He's a lot less known. He's white. We can call him racist. It's all good. And everybody's going to forget about IShowSpeed being racist again. It doesn't even make sense what Destiny said. It's never been about a race thing with loud creators. It's always been loud equals funny, and it's always been old people who say that. Back in the day, I used to listen to Rooster Teeth.
There's a fucking hole there! Oh, fuck. No! Ah!
So what happens is when you're young, you think loud things are funny and you watch it. So 3 million people watch this because they found it funny. And what happens is you grow up and you stop finding that stuff kind of funny. And what happens is either the content creator grows or you do what Rooster Teeth does, doubles down and says, loud is what we do. And then they fall off the face of the earth and no one watches them anymore. And then new people like IShowSpeed come in and you get a new audience because no 14-year-old wants to listen to a bunch of 40-year-olds screaming. And one of the replies to Destiny, there was a bunch, Hassan got in on it, and then Hassan and Destiny started fighting about everything. Hassan started talking about Destiny abandoning his child. Then XQC started going in on Destiny, talking about how Destiny's a cuck. And Destiny's is XQC really going to call me a cuck after all this Adapt drama and the Knicks drama? And then Kai had a weird response to it.
If Twitter comments was a person, this is what it is. Bro, I don't know if they have more content, but let me go ahead and hate on them for what I see.
True.
What? Oh, I don't know if they do more content, but let me go ahead and hate on them for what I see. How about you do your research? Okay? Hey, you listen.
I mean, it's so much easier just to react to clips, right? Who wants to look for context?
To me, I don't know who the you are. I don't know what you do, but do your research before you say shit. And clearly, you are a racist.
Typical response, he called him racist because he was racist. It would kind of be nice if you'd also call out IShowSpeed for being racist, but whatever. But there's one person the W community who actually came out and had a solid take that pretty much everybody agrees with. I don't know why this was so hard for everybody else. You can still like somebody and be friends with somebody and realize they said something stupid. You don't have to defend them no matter what.
Speed has gotten a lot of chances with hella shit, bro. With hella shit. You can't keep fucking up.
Gang.
You can't keep fucking up. You can't just be oh, well, you can't be, black folks can't be, I hate when they black folks can't be racist to shit. Man, no, you can. That was racist. It was very, very racist, and it was childish as fuck. So, but it's just something that you don't even gotta learn. I knew that. I knew not that would happen, but that type of reaction. People was gonna give him that type of reaction. And then I seen the apology video talk about nicknames and some more shit. Shut the fuck up.